Well, boating season is upon us, and did you know that there are over 100,000 registered recreational boats in Connecticut? We sent Connecticut Style's Steve Parker to the U.S. Coast Guard right here in New Haven to get the lowdown on what you and I need to know before we head out on the water to be safe.
Oh, Desiree, you gotta love it. You know, somebody always has to just get out there and take the tough assignments, get out on the water. We're here in the New Haven Harbor with the Coast Guard and with the with Lieutenant Junior Grade Nielsen from the U.S. Coast Guard. How you doing today, Lieutenant?
Good. Thanks for coming, Steve. Thanks for having us.
Are you kidding me? They just said come out and talk a little bit about boater safety on a beautiful day like this. Nice, warm spring day. Drove all the way down here in the Jeep with the top down. Such a nice day.
It is.
But I got to ask you just real quick, how come we're in this boat here and we're not one of those big fancy ones like you guys are seeing in all the time?
Well, this is a 21-foot skiff. It's a very...
average. You can say average. It's not fancy.
It's a very average boat, which you'll see out there in the Connecticut waters.
All right, so people need to be aware, though, that if they're going to go in the water this time of year, there are certain things you need to keep in mind. Water temperature is a little bit different from the air temperature. So talk to us about some of the precautions that people need to be aware of with the water. First of all, what's the temperature of the water today?
Well, right now it's 47 degrees in the Sound.
47?
47. That's really cold.
Desiree, major swimsuit. You need more than a swimsuit this time of year if you're going on the water, right?
You do. So if you were to jump in today, right now, within 15 minutes, we'd become hypothermic.
Wow.
That's quick.
All right, so if you're going to go on the water, you should prepare to be in the water, right?
That's correct. Be prepared to be on the water. Assess the risk, assess the situation, know what could go wrong, and be prepared for what could go wrong.
Okay, what are some of the things you do when the water is cold? What would you bring with you on board the boat?
Well, for starters, anytime, what you need to have is a communication equipment. Have a VHF marine radio or a cell phone in a waterproof bag. And then right now in the spring months, what boaters should also be doing is wearing an immersion suit, per se a wetsuit.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now, you also say that it's important to kind of take a good feel about the risks that are involved, kind of assess the situation before you even attempt to go out of the water this time of year, right?
That's right. The boaters need to assess the risk before they go out.
Okay, so that means, watch Jeff Fox, Gil Simmons, some of the guys on 8?
Look at the weather before heading out. Make sure that there's no squalls or storms coming through.
All right. Now, before you leave the house, is there anything you should do? Should you bring your family into the loop or just say going out for a bit and catching a while?
That's right. We talked a little bit before about float plans. Mm-hmm. So what we suggest to all boaters before going out and heading on the water is they need to file a float plan with a responsible party.
All right. No, wait. What's a float plan? Does this just mean what islands I'm going to be visiting, where I'm going? What is a float plan? I'm a little bit vague on that.
Yep. What a float plan is, you're telling your responsible party where you're going, how long you're going out there for, when you're leaving, when you're coming back, and any communication equipment that you have on board the boat. So the Coast Guard or that responsible party could get in contact with you.
All right. And you know that when you go on the water, fashion is so important. And I really have to ask you, you look so cool. I mean, you look like you stepped out of Hollywood. You got the smile. You got the very cool-looking vest. And I kind of feel like, honey, is it okay if I go out on the water today? What's the difference? I'm sorry, but what's the difference between our two vests?
Yep. Well, today what you're wearing is a Type 1. Life jacket, and I'm wearing a Type 3 inflatable. So the difference is mine will inflate if I were to fall in the water. Yours, however, has a natural flotation, natural buoyancy, and it'll also keep you upright in the water. So that way, if you were knocked unconscious, you could still breathe.
All right. Now, tell us a little bit. We know that Boating Safety Week is coming up on May 22nd, but you have an incredible way to kick it off on May 15th. Tell us what's happening here at the U.S. Coast Guard on May 15th.
That's right. On May 15th, from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m., the Coast Guard base here in New Haven will have its annual open house. We'll have two helicopters here. One Coast Guard helicopter doing a search and rescue demonstration on the water.
Another thing that we think that's really important is knowing what you're doing when you get on the water. Now, there are a lot of people getting boating courses right now. How do you know where to go to take lessons if you do want to go out on the water? What's involved in that?
Well, pretty much in Connecticut State requires every boater to have a safe boating license. Mm-hmm. And to have that, you have to go to an 8-hour class. The Coast Guard Auxiliary, the Power Squadron, Boat US, or many other private enterprises put on safe boating education classes.
And you can do it all in one day, I understand, too, right?
That's right. You can do it all in one day.
All right, now, the really neat thing is, if you'd like more information about exactly where you can go to get some of the basic info, if you want to take a boating license or take a test to get your boating license or anything like that, Desiree, you really should. I mean, I know you love the swimsuit thing, but if you're going out there, I could see you driving a mean wave runner. But just go to WTNH.com, click on Connecticut Style, and you'll find out the way to kind of go on the water with style. I got to tell you, this is a blast. Desiree, You stay inside. I'll just cruise around outside during the summertime. This is my kind of thing. Lieutenant, thank you so much. Lieutenant Junior Grade Nielsen from the U.S. Coast Guard. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Thanks for coming.
All right.
Look forward to having everyone down here on May 15th.
All right. Real quick, what's the exit off the highway to come here?
Exit 50 off of I-95, and the base address is 120 Woodward Avenue.
You got to love it. All right, Desiree, back to you. I'm going to go get wet. Let's go have some fun.
Oh, Steve, they should have thrown you in the water, you little brat, you. All right, everybody, we're going to be talking more with Steve in just a bit. He's going to tell us all about the U.S. Coast Guard's upcoming Paddle Smart event that you and I can all be part of. Coming up next. All right, everybody, welcome back. We're with Connecticut Style's Steve Parker.
How you doing?
I'm wonderful. So I was hoping they were going to, just push you in that water, Steve.
You didn't see the part? Was there an edit involved here? You didn't see the pic they picked up and threw me? Oh,
I'm not buying it. I don't know.
I can't believe
Let's talk about this upcoming event. Really cool because it's a free event for families, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so let's put the information on the screen if we can. I think it's May 15th, right, Steve?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's going to be happening May 15th from 10 to 2. It's all family friendly. You go on down there. They're going to show you the correct way to behave in the water. It's called Paddle Smart. So you want to know what to do when you get in there as far as kayaking goes or any kind of boating. But some of the cool things they're going to do. Gil Simmons is going to be there.
That's
and you'll see why they call him Gil. But anyways, he's going to be he'll be down there for the day, and also they're going to be doing rescues, and showing how they do water rescues. All kinds of neat, smart things. But these guys are fantastic.
You said they really respond to the range in which they work is huge.
They're out there all the time. In fact, Dr. Mel mentioned that he saw them outside the other day in the helicopters looking around because we had that missing kayaker, unfortunately.
Yes.
But these guys go right out there. They've been out when Flight 800 went down in Long Island Sound. They were there. Because they're right out of New Haven, the thing that's amazing is they are so actively involved with water searches that span quite a few miles because the Coast Guard, they stay out there.
Hey, and they're not bad on the ice, Steve Parker.
And well, yes, these are like, they got the Hollywood thing going on. The guy's got the dimples, and all the other guys that were around, they all look like, the women must go crazy.
And that is why we sent our very own Connecticut Style Steve Parker there to hang out with those guys, because you fit right in, Steve.
Oh, yeah. Well, I asked the guy if he wore the vest when he goes out dancing at night, but he said he didn't do that.
Only you, Steve. So the best part about it for you, tell me.
I actually think just seeing how real they are, how level-headed these guys are, and really making you feel confident on the water. That was the best thing. I felt really confident.
So the next time you and I package deal on a wave runner.
Oh, yeah. You drive, I'll hang on to the back, okay? That's it.
Of course, the traffic girl gets to drive on Connecticut Style. I love it. We want to thank all of our guests today.